Hello, welcome to Flory Models Kit Review Time. Today we've got Takcom's latest Chieftain. We've got the Mark II, but also more importantly, we've actually got replacement track set for it by Takcom. Okay, now, as you can probably see from the backdrop here, we have reviewed quite a few of the Takcom tanks in the past. So we got down here the Mark V, we got the Mark 11, the Mark 10, and now they've just released the Mark II. Okay, the weak link between them all though was the tracks, because let's face it, although I have seen far worse on the market, they are not the easiest ones to do, and in a lot of cases there was trouble with them in shipping, and this is a good example of one. You might hear that isn't open bags. That's because the bag that's got the track in it has split for my own one from the stash. Now, I can't see much point of us going back through reviewing the actual kit, so we're just going to have a quick flick through to have a look at the Mark II just to see if there's any differences down here. So basically the Mark II, being a slightly earlier version, as you can imagine, there's a lot of common sprues down in here with the odd little bit of upgrade. So there's not much point opening up every sprue and going through them. So we just have a dash through them, through the bag. So usual thing with the Takcom stuff. Beautifully done, very solidly cast and everything else like that. Now, as I said, I'm really focusing on the tracks, if you like, for this particular one. So we're looking down in here. But generally, when we reviewed them before, the detail is very good. It's very sharp. It's not without its own small little flaws. Like we tend to find the sprue gates are very big and heavy, and they can give little bits of trouble. But what I'll do is I will link in the reviews to these other guys in with it, because as I said, it's pretty much common. It obviously has differences with the turret and various things on there, but there's a lot of common parts, as you can imagine. The clear parts are all beautifully done, no problem with those again, but it's just, as you can probably see through the bag here, some of the way these sprues are actually joined on are just a little bit thick and heavy, and I think, you know, just getting them off can be a little bit of a problem. This is probably going to be a slightly different version because it's probably got a different barrel on it. I'm just trying to look at them. Yeah, this has definitely got a different barrel system on it. So this is quite nice. You can see the texture around for the wrap around the actual barrel. We've got the tow cables, slightly different, although it looks pretty similar to me. Yeah, it looks pretty similar to actually what the standard armoured side is, and the rear parts. It's just sprue F. I'm not sure if there's an F down in there. I think it is. But generally, as you can see, loads of different parts, beautifully done, sharp, crisp moulding on them all, the usual thing as you work our way through. As you can see, the road wheels, tons of them. What's very nice, we spoke about, we did the other reviews on these, is these actual spring sets and everything else. It is very nicely done with the outer ring system on there, as you can see. Very nice indeed, but this was always going to be the weak point. Okay, so what you've actually got is the pads in here and the actual tracks. So we're just going to have a look just to see if these do going to go in for a click fit, which if they do, you know, the problem that you've actually got is that they sit in there, but there's nothing to physically hold it together. So what happens is, you've got no way of actually doing it. So yes, you can do the PVA glue trick and everything else, but that is always the weak part. But I'm happy to report that they have changed the bagging, because before they were in a bag like this, it would split open, go absolutely everywhere. Okay, so what we've got down there is them in a nice Ziploc bag to stop that happening. Okay, so the instructions themselves, which we will have a quick look at. We can get in with a sticky bag. So Mk, shout out for the paints. We've got a couple of poly caps, a little bit of photo etch, as you can see, nothing to shout home about. Tiny little decal sheet. Okay, so we've got the colour call outs, which, as you can imagine, is pretty much NATO green all over these. Okay, we've got the nice box art one down there, which is a nice touch, and we've got another one. So this must be Israeli, I'm just guessing. There's no markings on this. Does it actually say? Israel, yes, sorry. So this is the IDF colours, as you can imagine, right the way through on that one. So that is your options. And we've got the nice one with the black. So we've actually got the matte black with the green. NATO green right the way over for the British one down there. Okay, very nice. The booklet itself, it's Takcom's standard way of doing things. So we've got the sprue call outs just down there like that, and then, as you say, you've got this CAD work, which we do love. It's nice, it's clean, it's very easy to follow right the way through. Okay, talking about the tracks, okay, right the way through, usual thing, no problem with it at all. It is just a very nice system, the way that they do this. Okay, all the parts nice, clean. As I say, when we looked at these before, we were saying that it's not going to be a tough build on these because they go together very, very well, nice and clean. The more time you're going to spend, to be honest, is with the clean out, okay, of cleaning up all those sprue problems. There's your barrel. Obviously we've got the dust cover onto the mantle and all the rest of it. The GPMG on top. Okay, the side, obviously this one is where it gets all a little bit different. You've got the different versions have different on, from giant spotlights to laser rangefinders and all the various bits and pieces they have. Okay, this is slightly different on this one. Working its way through and back on, and some more of the other stuff that they do. Very nice shadow art on the back. So that is about it. As I said, we've covered it before, we've looked at it before. It is very nice indeed. Okay, the main thing we want to look at though is about the actual track system. As I say, we have reviewed these kits before. If you want to go off and have a look at the reviews, I will link them down below onto these, and we can look at them like that. All right, leaving the polycaps in there. The main thing though was about this. Okay, so I'm hoping what they haven't done is just literally chucked the same tracks in here, which I'm beginning to wonder. So I actually got, there's a little box down on here. The price on these tracks are, I've got it just down on here, is the tracks, is $12.99. Okay. Oh my lordy, it looks like it is. Yes, you've guessed it. It looks like it's the same track system. So basically it's talking about the versions that we've all got here, which you can see next to me, all right? But these are the same as what you get in the kit, which is absolutely cosmic. If these don't click, then that's all they are. It's a direct replacement for what is in the kit. And these don't click either. These are still a complete loose fit. So these are, and I know obviously we're going to get the tankies now are going to turn around and tell me what the difference is, because I wish somebody would, because I can't see any. So we've got them here and we've got them here, and I'm looking at them very closely and I cannot see any difference between the two. Okay, so what we're going to do is just stick that there. I'm hoping the camera will be able to get right down on here. Let's pick a camera, any camera. Okay, and as you might see, I know it's going to be difficult, the camera will hate being this close, but as you can see, they are no different whatsoever from the actual kit ones that are in the kit, which is a little bit of a problem because, let's face it, you've just spent 15 quid on what you thought were going to be clickable, workable tracks, because that's how it makes the thing for. And obviously we've got them down here as well, and it's saying it can go for the Tamiya one as well, just down in there, but you would think it would be a slight upgrade set from the others. So what I'm going to do is, I've got to think of which one this is. We're just going to check to see what we've got in here, and they are exactly the same tracks as we've got with all the other ones. So don't be caught, as I have been done, by buying aftermarket track set for it, because you would think it would go through. It does say it fits the Tamiya one as well, the 35063. They're not clickable, they are not working, they are no different from what you get in the kit whatsoever. So unfortunately that is a little bit of a swizz and a con on yourselves. As you can see, hopefully that's the ones. Obviously these are the ones we've got right next to us in there. They are no better than the standard tracks you get in the kit. Okay, so don't think, right, replacement tracks, go out and get them. Obviously there is other things down the world, we've looked at them before. The Frawl tracks, they're very nice to do if you don't mind messing around with that, but I was hoping these were going to be more of a click fit, that you just click them together and put them in, because the only way I can see this of really working is to PVA glue it, which gives you a little bit of movement in them. Okay, admittedly these are under torsion, okay, so the thing is they are under pressure, they're not going to be sagging around like an old World War II tank and all the rest of it, and they are hidden at the top obviously because we've got this one up here, you know, the armor plates on the skirts on the side, so the ones going around everything else, so you could actually PVA glue them and tape them. So the easiest way to that would be get some tape, stick it out, okay, so you literally come along like this and come along like that. Let me get this to work. Okay, stick it down, and then you can come along and you can literally stick your tracks to it like this as you're putting them all together. Okay, and go along, stick them all down, touch a PVA glue, or you could just weld them into place and glue them in, and it holds them like that. And then when you want to do runs around the wheels and all the rest of it, exactly the same. Because it's on this, you can actually bend it round or put it onto the inside, or whichever way you want to do it. So there we go. That's the new Chieftain Mark II. Looks just as good as the others, so if you are a Chieftain fan, that's definitely the way to go. But as for aftermarket tracks, use them on the Tamiya one, because there's no point getting them because they're exactly the same as that's in the kit.